The FIBA World Cup is over, but there are a lot of moments to look back on for the Philippines, particularly that win against China. Coach Norman Black joined the game to talk about the victory and a few other takeaways from the World Cup from the technical point of view. Let's watch this.
Your personal, one of the biggest moments and favorite moments of this whole tournament was, of course, a team that involved our own Gilas Pilipinas and that win against China. Break it down for us, Coach. What were your favorite moments from that game?
This is why it was one of my favorite moments.
Okay.
Because I think, fan stream.
Yes.
So I was actually doing the telecast.
Perfect.
In a different venue, but I was doing the telecast.
Yes.
And I was asked a question. I'm not sure who it was who asked me.
I'm sure Diego was there.
I think it might have been, maybe Diego was there.
Right.
And he asked me something about what does the RP team need to do.
Okay.
And I kind of deflected the question. I said, no, what does Clarkson need to do?
Okay.
He needs to explode.
Okay.
And that's exactly what he did. Not that he heard me because I was here in the studio, but he just went off.
Right, in that third
he
quarter.
Couldn't miss, and all I could say was, I wish he could have done this for the whole tournament because this is what we know from him.
Correct.
And he just went berserk in that game. He was just making shots all over the place. And remember, we're playing China, so it's a big win for us. After watching the World Cup, it's interesting how you bring the World Cup here and you just have a whole new perspective on basketball itself around the world. Because you follow the NBA most of the time, at least I do. But now I'm a fan of European basketball.
Yeah.
And I guess what I'm trying to say is we may have to rethink how we train our kids on the grassroots level.
Okay.
Because no matter what we say, we may not be able to get to be 6'10" and move like Wagner.
Franz, Mo Wagner.
Yeah, those guys, how they move.
Fontecchio.
How they can pick up the guards.
Correct.
And we have a tendency when our kids are young, if they have any size on them, we put them in the center position and we tell them to play the center.
Do center things.
I think we need to rethink that and maybe train our bigger kids when they're young to be guards, to be wingmen, to be able to handle the basketball, to be able to shoot threes. Because that's the only way we're going to be able to compete on this level. We're never going to be 6'9", 6'10", 6'11" average.
Right.
But we can be 6'4", 6'5", and have the skills of a guard instead of having the skills of a big guy.
But we still have players who are obviously exceptional at 6'2", 6'1". Well, how do you see them training as kids if we are going to compete in the world basketball level?
Quickness, speed, agility, three-point shooting.
Three-point shooting
has to be a positive for us. It's one of the things that let us down in this tournament was we did not shoot well from the three-point line.
Right.
We have to shoot well from the three-point line. We have to find the best three-point shooters in the Philippines and be able to develop them and put them in the national team because that's one way that we can win games against other teams.
Right.
I mean, if you're out there beyond the three-point line, it's kind of hard to defend out there sometimes. So that's something we can do because, that's just practice.
Right. And you could see all of these European teams, right, with whether they're the smaller guards or the bigger wing players or centers, if you may. On the run, they're making their threes.
I do have one more thought, though. Boone.
Please go ahead, Coach Norman.
Even the coaches.
Okay.
And I'm a coach.
Correct.
Need to rethink how we play basketball here.
Schematics-wise, are you?
Well, we run a lot of dribble drive. We're small, so we try to use our quickness and our speed to blow by people.
Right.
But the problem is when you get a 6'10" who's just as fast and just as quick as you, how do you blow by him? Even if you blow by him, he's still going to catch you upstairs. He doesn't have to catch you downstairs. He'll just block it upstairs. So we have to really rethink maybe what we saw in this tournament, which is so much player movement.
Correct. Ball movement, player movement.
Yeah.
Was
it's not trying to beat your man one-on-one all the time. And instead it's, maybe it's pinch post pass, split the post, back doors, curl cuts.
A lot of misdirection.
Pop back to the ball. Yeah. So those are things that we can actually work on to become better at.